welcome along and welcome back to Six Ashes. At the end of last episode, I suddenly realized that today is the third day of summer. And before we go and before we move to the next day, we need to get the soybeans sold, because right now they are at £2,000 per 1,000 litres, so they're worth an absolute fortune. Also, we're quite lucky as we have a truck available to us from the contract. So, I have loaded all of our soybeans up. Let's turn that off. And we shouldn't have any in here. Actually, I think we have one little pile. Let's get rid of those. We have no need for soybeans here at all. Off the carrots. So if we can get those sold, that would be good. I have had an issue picking up manure, but no, that's got it. So that is all the soybeans out of our shed here. Nice to get those out of the shed finally. And yeah, we're just going to go and tip them. Grain Co is where we need to take them to, which is up the top, not too far from us. But yeah, so we're going to do that, and then we are going to move on to the next game day. So let's turn the lights off on that. Jump into this. We have 14,000. So these are going to be worth 30,000 to us, amazingly, which is just humongous. And it's going to make a massive, massive difference. Into Grain Co we come. Let's get these tipped here. It was a stroke of luck that we had this truck hanging around. I mean, it would have fit into our trailer. 14,000 is not a huge amount, but it is good that we've got this here to do this with. Makes this that little bit quicker. Means that we can start looking at how to set up our sheds and things. It might be a good grain store where we've got now. But let's tip this, see what we have, and this is worth 29,656. That is going to make a difference going into our harvest. So we'll get this back to our stable here and park it up, because we shouldn't need this anymore. The contract is all but complete. And we have done all the work that we want to do with it. Outside of that, we just need to grab some sleep, and then we can get some bales collected up next day. Oh, let's get it out of reverse. Through the hedge. And I think for the first time this series, this is my house. We are going to grab some sleep and pick this up in the morning. The following day, and we've headed down to the shop in the TW25 because we need to get the next piece of equipment. We got 52,000, which isn't quite going to be enough to buy it outright. But if we go and have a look at baling technology, in here we find, well, we've got a choice actually. No, we haven't actually. We've got to use one of the Andersons. It's going to be this one. We can buy this outright. But I don't want to. We're not going to be using it that much. It's only £503 a day if we hold on to it. But we're using this more and more at the moment. We put the Michelins on it because that's my preference. 24 round bales. Let's lease that, and then we can put that on the back of our TW25. And get that hooked up. New piece of equipment, so that is fully allowed under the leasing. It's only old equipment we can't lease. No way to hook up those. Let's get this back down to, well, Let's get this up to the field up here and start collecting up straw bales. I think no, we're gonna go start collecting up hay bales because we know those we can put into the BGA. I think the straw bales. My understanding is that we have to sell these straw bales that we've got here. So if we get the hay bales down to the BGA, we can then go and grab the straw bales after that. And start getting those sold. But yeah, looks like straw can't go into the BGA, so it's only going to be the hay bales we've got that we can go and do that with. We're down at the BGA and we're going to swing round here and try and get into this field with this trailer. It's a little bit, wow, that is a little bit tight. And we've still got our alfalfa actually. We need to get that all rode up, and we can probably silage it, I think, because we've got only the first. Well, it needs tedding in order to turn to hay, and we can't feed it to any of our animals. So yeah, we might as well ted it, and we might as well just collect it or bale it and turn it into alfalfa silage. I think we could do alfalfa silage, can't we? And as a result, that should give us a higher turnout from our BGA. If not, again, it will sell for a higher amount. Get this up here and just collect up all these bales though. These, as I said, these will be put all near the BGA. We'll then come around with the front loader and get these get these put into the BGA. Hopefully 3 at a time if we're careful. So we'll need to put a weight on the back of the tractor in order to do it. Oh, let's miss that one. There we go. There are quite a few bales on this field. I think it might take a couple of loads with this to get it done. They are, yeah, there's a lot of them. This is going to bring in a nice little bit of cash for us from this. Now I would sell them directly, but we want to try and make as much as possible, or make as much digestate as possible in the process. I'm not sure if they sell. I'm not sure whether they sell any better in the BGA than the shop, but either way works. There we go, and there we go. We're up to 15 of tray 4. This does hold a lot of bales. This trailer, an awful lot of bales, and it is. It's a very swift piece of kit. I really love the Anderson DLC. It's one of my, it's still, even now, one of my most used DLCs for Farming Simulator 19. It just does so many things. I think on Betsy Beneath I'm probably going to be getting a mixing wagon because we want to try out mixing stuff with Maize Plus. And yeah, it's got a bale wrapper on it. It's got all these bale stacking bits. It's just really useful DLC. 21, 3 more bales, and yeah, we're gonna have most of this field collected up with this one. And the last 2, there we go. That is all collected up. And we can go and drop these off. So load that up there. Head out of our field. And it's a pity the gate opens this way, because opening the other way would give us the chance to come out of here diagonally. But we're okay. That's all good. And we've got our own harvest starting next day. So at the moment, none of our crops are ready. But you can see both the canola and the oats are getting very close. The soybeans are a long way off at the moment. You can see that's the field behind us there. I don't know how close we are on the carrots, but we can have a check of that in a minute. But these are all going to go into our BGA. There we go. Let that unload. And then off with the end bits. Like so. Right, and fold it back down. And get the rest. Our last pair of bales. Knock that one round. And then grab this one. So another 9 bales off here. I don't think we've got any others. To me that looks like the whole field. So let's fold that up. And we'll head out and back to... Oh, come on. There we go. Head back to here. And then we can get these sold into the BGA later. Oh, wow, some of the end ones have collapsed from that. I was hoping to get them in 3 at a time, but I don't think those end ones are going to do that. Should we put these... Yeah, rather than try and swing these around there, let's try and get these... That's not going to work. Ah! Yeah, definitely not going to work. I'm going to swing them around where I originally planned to. If I can get this to turn in time. There we go. And then we will just drop these off over here. There we go. Right, and off, and away we go. So I think it's because I tried to drive off with the other ones. But yeah, let's head up to the top field, start collecting up straw bales, because we've got an awful lot more of those to get collected today. And so up here, we've got quite a lot of bales to collect. Oh, wow. This gateway is going to be fun every time we have to come into it. It's better than the gateway at the far end, because... The far end is going to require a U-turn pretty much, but we've got to go out really wide, get really close and come in, and the turning circle on this T-dub is not great, but we can do it. So let's unfold this. Great demand at the spinnery. That is going to be for wool. We don't have any of that. So I'm not going to worry about that, but we need to run around this, collect up bales, because we've got a lot of them. I'm actually thinking the far end might be a better idea, because we've got a lot that are in the middle, and so we can pick those up later. I am glad that we've got such a large bale collector that we're using, because simply put, it's gonna reduce the number of journeys that we have to make to collect these bales up, and in doing that, we're going to end up taking less time to do it. Just 2 more bales and we will be completely full. So let's bring this around here. And this is just from the top end of the field. I mean, we have so many bales on here. It is utterly ridiculous. Let's grab that one. There we go. And one more. And that finishes off the top end of this field here. So we will just put our arm back. And then we can head back out. But you can see how many bales we've got down the bottom end of this field as well. It is gonna... Yeah, we'll go and see how much this is. Now, I was saying earlier, I spoke to GB Modding in my live stream a few nights ago. And also, it was put in the comments of, I think it was one of my Oak Hill videos. where someone had tested the BGA. The BGA on this map does not take straw. So we're going to have to go and sell this straight. My original plan was to deliver this all down to the BGA and put this in the BGA. But yeah, it doesn't take straw. We are going to therefore just go and straight up sell these. See how much money we can get and how useful it is to us. So that should be good. That should work out nicely for us. But it's not going to generate us any extra digestate. So I think come the time when we're looking to spread stuff on our fields, we might see if we can buy some manure or buy some. Well, we got a slurry spreader, so we might see if we can buy some slurry, a big tanker of slurry or something. We should by that point have the money to do that, so that should be good. Let's bring this around here. This is always a nasty junction to come out of. To get to go towards the shop, it's so horribly directed to go the other way, but I've got round it. There are several other fields that we could harvest today if we have time, but we'll see how long collecting up these bales takes us. And we'll see how much money we make off this. Here we go. So, normal routine that we have when we're bringing a load of bales into here. Up onto the ramp. As far round and as straight as we can get. So that we can come out of here and reverse this round. Now, I think while this T-dub is a little bit faster, it's not quite so maneuverable. So we need to take that into account. Its turning circle doesn't seem to be as wide as our other tractors, although that is the easiest time I think we've ever had unloading bales into here. Now we've got the, as I was saying a moment ago, that's ready to unload. We've got manure purchase point and slurry purchase point here. So I think we can just buy those from there. Wait, reverse. There we go. Did pretty well off that. At least 10,000. Yeah, looks like about 10,000 off that. That is brilliant. So we're looking at making maybe 30,000 off this field, which is absolutely cracking. On top of the 10,000 that we're going to make from the contract as well, plus the fact that we now can sell all of our oats this year, because we have a store of oats back at our farm. Absolutely wonderful. We do need to move the oats that we put in our barn back down to the horse area, and I think we might retrofit the barn down by the horse area to have a couple of areas where we can hold stuff like the oats and the carrots, because of course we've got the carrots down there at the moment, which are a little bit in the way. Hopefully we can get the combine out of the way of that shed this year. And that's the other thing, of course, we're looking to build our farm up and build the one at the top end. So it looks like we might have that barn down at the stables as our grain store, maybe. That is probably a better way for us to do this. So have our main farm and everything up at the top, and then we'll build our grain store into the barn at the bottom, and see if we can create a few little areas that we can tip into and hold crop with down there, and see if we can improve that shed to do that with. The reason, of course, we have such a large collection of bales in the middle of this field is because of that huge great slope over there. It means that any bale we baled on that slope just rolls down into the middle. And we saw it a couple of times when we were harvesting, where we were sort of hoping a bale would go through the crop and come out the other side, so that it didn't get in the way of our combine. And yeah, so that is why there's just this huge row of bales in the middle of the field in that dip. Now I'm looking at this and we are at 14 bales already. I'm wondering, we're certainly going to have a third trailer full of these to collect, which is absolutely brilliant news. I mean, we're doing £10,000 per trailer at the moment, which is huge. Are we gonna get anywhere near a fourth? That's the big question I've got. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna bale up our own oat field as well. We've got our own field of oats to do this year, and that is gonna produce a really good set of bales as well. We'll make 10,000 you know, a trailer off that as well, which is why it's worth keeping this about. There we go. Just 2 more to go. And yeah, this is just a huge amount of money that we're pulling off these. Back down at the sell point, and we're lifting it up to empty out. Let's see if we can empty this all at once this time and see how much this totally makes. Oh no, 7,000. Yeah, there we go. So again, we're up at about 10,000 for this. 70,000 pounds now in the bank. We may have only one more trip for this today, I think. But we'll see. We'll see. If we get a fourth one out and we're able to get over 40,000, if we're able to get 40,000 off this, that would be absolutely massive. And the answer to the question is, yeah, we've got well, at least probably half a trailer full left to get. So another 24 bales off our field, and wow. This is going to be a very profitable contract for us. Really worth it if you can get the straw emissions mod. Makes a massive difference to harvest contracts like this. So again, we're going to take these 24 bales down. We're going to get these sold, and then we've got one more trip after that. Back down to the sell point, and we'll see if we can pull in here as we did the first time. Get ourselves over here and then straighten up. See if we can spin this round. Give ourselves enough space for our tractor, hopefully, to turn this without falling off the edge. Oh, that is such a tight turn. It's that blue car. That blue car has always been an issue. Mind you, we could get it removed now. But yeah, at the livestock market, let's get these bales sold and out. 70,297 at the moment. That goes to 80,181. So we're making just under 10,000 each time. We should have enough to hit, well, it depends on whether we have 24 bales this time, but we should have enough to hit 90,000 if we do. And if that's the case, that means when we finish our contract, we will hit 100,000 on that contract. I think it's worth 11,000 anyway. So even if we only hit, if we hit just shy of 90,000, we should still go into 6 figures today, which would be amazing, especially as we've still got all of that hay to load into the BGA as well. So it looks like we've got just 10 more bales off this field for our last load. I can't see any in the hedgerows or anything. So yeah, that's gonna give us, well, less than half of what we had. So I'm thinking another 3,000-4,000 on top of this. So let's head back down to the sell point. Get these all sold. Yeah, just 10 bales off here. 41%. So that's going to be about 4,000 that we get off here for our last load, which is great. It's going to take us up to about 84,000, which is brilliant, and that means that we can then complete this contract and go and deal with those hay bales. Back down to the livestock market for the final time today. Pull this in, so keep close to that side there, drive up the livestock ramp, straighten ourselves out before we get to the top of it, and then reverse around, and that seems to give me the space I need to get this round, although again, tight. Are we going to hit that, or are we clear? We're clear. Ooh, but only missing it by a little bit. Last set of bales to sell, and then we're going to head back up to our farm and get the other tractor up to the BGA with, we'll get the 7840 up to the BGA with the bale spike on. There we go, 4,116, and get the hay bales sold, because we need those in the BGA, creating us some digestate. And hopefully making us a nice bit of money at the same time. First, though, I'm just going to pull over on the side of the road here, and we will have a look and see and complete our contract. 9,988, and let's collect it. Brilliant. And away we go. We're back down at the BGA with our 7840. And we're just going to get these bales down here loaded up. We've added the weight onto the back. So we've got a 750 kilogram weight on the back of here. And what I was hoping to do is this. So get lined up. Grab the bottom two if we're in there strongly enough. There we go. That hopefully should do it. Grab the triple and then put all three of these in at once, if we're careful. The other stack, the first couple of piles, we're not going to be able to do this with, but hopefully this should mean that we just put this on the top here, drop it off, and it recognises all three, and this will speed things up considerably. We're looking at having just 8 back and forths to get one go done, whereas otherwise it's 24 to do them individually. So hopefully this will be enough just to get these round here and in. Yeah, and in they go. Now it's going to be quite a bit of hay that we're putting in here to create digestate, but it should allow us to get enough to do at least part of our fields. And this is the thing, because we have no animals that produce slurry. We do have the horses that produce manure, but that is not enough to do our fields. We do need to rely on this digestate. We can obviously purchase in slurry and manure if we want to on this map, but I'm trying to avoid spending that money. If I can get it from doing these, that's better. What I think we might do is see if we can get it from doing silage, which would be much better and much more efficient. It's something like, you can say like 30% doing it this way and 40% doing it the other, something like that. Yeah, it can make a big difference doing this as silage instead of hay. Anyway, let's get the rest of these loaded up, and then we'll see what the time is. Just 2 more stacks left. to get in there. And up. Try to keep these stable and keep Bales from rolling off. Is quite a challenge, but we are nicely balanced. 40,000 now with that top bale going in. I think this takes up to 50,000, so we're going to be just a little bit over with these last couple of bales. Thankfully, they should still sit on top and go in as soon as it drops down. So has that got it? No, that's not got it, has it? Nope, we've missed. Straight it up a little bit. There we go. So grab that. And then get this onto there as well. So we've got, yeah, 8,000 on here. Plus the 4,000 on top. And that is at 39,000. So yeah, it's going to be more than it can take. So that is 42,000 with 8,000 on here. That's gonna pretty quickly go in, actually. There we go. Perfect. Right, one last job we need to do today. We need to head back. Our horses need a little bit of TLC. They've run out of straw, and they've run out of oats, and they've run out of silage. So let's go sort those out. I was slightly wrong. It's not actually silage they've run out of, so I can drop off my front bale spike. What they've run out of is carrots, so we need to get carrots, we need to get oats, and we need to get straw in there for them. So we can do this with a bucket of carrots. Now the oats are going to be harder, and I think what we'll do is we might bring a bucket of those down next game day, because that should actually be enough carrots, because they're actually up at the other farm. So I want to load those up and get them down here. Otherwise we should be able to give them both the carrots and the straw today. Now that we've got the water pump on here, it's not quite so bad for getting the water. They constantly have at least some water. We might try and upload that a bit more. There we go. That's given them some carrots as well. How far? It's a decent amount of carrots. So we can fill those up later as well. We're going to get very busy. That's my worry. We've got, with the harvest starting next game day, we're definitely doing the oats, and probably, and probably the canola as well. So to get those two things done, we're going to be flat out. And the oats are this field here. So, so actually, we can probably go and tip some straight in from the field next game day. Let's drop this down. But yeah, we need to make some space in here. An area that can be used to store those. Actually, we've got some oats on the ground here. We might pick those up quickly as well. Connect up this. Connect up that. But the horses in general are pretty happy. I want to give them straw. I want to keep them with some straw, because that is what creates the manure for our there we go, for our allotments. So let's switch over and unload as soon as we get into the target. Let's try that again. Have we not connected something up? No, we have. Normally, we are well within our target area there. There we go. Unload some straw. Interesting. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, so there we are. So we'll leave that going and unloading. And I'm actually going to finish this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.